I think if your work comes from inside your own head a lot, you know what I mean? Like someone, I'm thinking of Fellini, whose images on the screen and whose projects are enormously personal. That you don't have to see anybody else or do anything else, or you could just sit in his room and never go out and make those same pictures because all those bizarre things. And the same thing with me. I could sit in my room and never go out and probably take the money and run or bananas because there's not that much. The humor is not rooted in. It's surrealistic.
Farmer's Wife was painted in Paris soon after the farm. It's one of the first paintings to show an outrageous change of scale between different parts of the same figure. Here, it's the colossal feet which emphasize the attachment of the peasant woman to the Catalan soil. Miro once said, "Keep your feet well on the ground so that you may jump higher into the air." What Miro was doing was not so much distorting life, but seeing life as it really is, using what could be called the third eye, the eye which sees deeper than the surface, which is awake in dreams. Miro has always been in touch with the mysteries of the night. He knows that you can see further by night than by day. His dreams are populated with nocturnal creatures, but seen in broad daylight. Harlequin's Carnival, thronged with fantastic, irrational creatures, was painted in 1924. It astonished even his friends. Before painting became a slave to representation, artists communicated with their gods, their spirits, by acts of imagination, by the invocation of magic. Miro was returning to the origins of art, back, if you like, to the power of the cave paintings. It wasn't an easy path. Maternity, a symbol of the female form, swings in space. Her insect-like offspring are lured towards her strangely separated breasts. The treatment may seem bizarre, but the themes remain rooted in his experience. Look at the Phrygian cap, a surrealist homage to the traditional headgear of the bearded Catalan peasant. Miro enjoyed delving into the unconscious. The irrational nature of dreams provided him in 1926 with this theme, dog barking at the moon. Here in the night we find the ladder. Now, like Jacob's ladder, it appeared in a dream and raised him from his stony pillow into another world. A means of escape, and also a means of getting a wider view. 2 years later, he painted the potato, putting his own initial in the palm of the hand. Miro had sympathized with the angry challenge to society of the Dadaists, and now he endorsed the more constructive ideas of his surrealist friends. Their watchword was "Changer la vie," change life. To do that, you had to reassess painting, and the key to that was through poetry.
The contrast of green on white and lonely light are particularly interesting to me as I walk up the hill. The skies of violet blue, loud enough to pierce the unsettling silence at this hour. The house of Stanley cardboard facades, separating the inhabitants from their realities. The windows are dark. I reach the top of the hill and turn around. I am alone. I want to scream. I want to wake up the sleeping creatures. There's going to be a flood. There's going to be a flood and you will realize you are alien. Nature more surreal than previously imagined. Fall into its effects. I wish to lie down as the dirty rainwater collects in a lifeless suburban basement. Legs overhead. Aquis Submersus. I realize this is absurd as the wind blows, rustling the trees and freeing dead leaves, the bricks and stucco indifferent. I went home.
Despite your hijinks, time and again you have called yourself a genius, and you're very serious about this. Now you want to be you want to be a genius in two fields. First of all, you have called yourself a genius.
In many different fields, you know.
You?
Yes.
What else besides an artist?
The more important in my life, more que le clown, more que le painting, more que my draftsmanship is my personality.
Draftsmanship?
My personality
is
more important than every of these little facets of my activity.
In other words, what is most important to you
is my personality.
Is
Dali.
Expressing Dali.
Dali.
Not the painting, not the clowning, nothing but...
The painting, the clowning, the showmanship, the technique, everything is only one manner for express the total personality of Dali.
I see. Let's take a look at one of your major paintings, Dali. It's called Sleep. There it is now on the monitor. Well, what's the point of this picture? Is there any point?
This is very important because myself work constantly in the moment of sleep. Every of my best ideas coming through my dreams. The more Dalinian activity consists in this moment of sleep.
In other words, you conceive a good deal of your...
The more important things happen in the moment of myself sleep.
I was going to ask if there was any major theme, any powerful idea which inspires all your work. Could you tell us what it was? Evidently, what it is simply an expression of Dali, period. There is nothing more in it, or am I wrong?
No, of Dali, of cosmogony of Dali.
The what?
The cosmogony.
Cosmogony?
Cosmogony of Dali.
What is the cosmogony? What does that mean?
This is in advance of new nuclear physics, because every of my paintings, everybody laughs in the moment of look for the first time, but almost after 12 years, every scientific people recognize that every of these paintings as one real profession. In the moment of paint my salt watches, is the more rigid object for everybody, and myself paint these watches, very soft camembert, everybody laughs. The last development of nuclear physics proved that the new conception of space-time is completely flexible. Not only this, in the microphysics, the time works in reverse. This proves that this object of completely surrealistic approach of soul watches is completely true and scientific.
Dali, I must confess, you lost me about halfway through, and I'm not sure that we can... Let me try it another way. What does a painter, what does any painter contribute to the world and to his fellow men? Any painter, not just Dali. What does a painter contribute?
Every painter paints the cosmogony of himself.
Of himself. And it's as simple as that.
Exactly.
Which contemporary...
Raphael paints the cosmogony of Raphael. Raphael is the Renaissance period.
Yes.
Dali paints the atomic age and the Freudian age. Nuclear scenes and psychoanalytic scenes.
Which contemporary painters, if any, do you admire?
First Dali, after Dali, Picasso, and after this, the others.
But these, Dali and Picasso, are the only two that really...
The two
really
only
excite
big
you.
geniuses of modern times.
The two geniuses of modern times are Dali and Picasso.